Hey guys, today we are going to talk about the new Charvel Dimas Style 1 HHFR. I absolutely hate that name. So you know, it sounds like I'm buying a printer cartridge. It sounds like I should walk into my local guitar shop and say, hey, do you have any Dimas Style 1 HHFRs? And they go, yes sir, which printer are you going to use it for? So anyways, just Dimas. It's a Dimas guitar. Style 1, whatever that means. Dimas, Floyd or hardtail. Super easy. Okay, I've always thought this, I think that's something they're trying to adopt over the years from the Jackson side of the company, which has always did this JS1, JS2, JS3 to signify, you know, how many pickups are in the model kind of thing. You know, it's whatever they need to do, I guess. All right, so let's talk about what's new and exciting about that. First thing, what's new and exciting for me is, apparently, I'm going to be the new fluorescent orange guy because I now have two fluorescent orange guitars, which is just getting obnoxious. I actually had a problem with this. So here's what happened. So Mike Stander was at the NAMM show. If you guys know his channel, you know, a shout out to his channel again. Mike Stander actually bought one as well, and he got the neon yellow at the show. And I wasn't thinking about getting the neon yellow, but there's a pink, the orange, and the yellow, and the green, and I was thinking of which one to get. And it was really, I think it was tossed between this one and the yellow. And when he decided to get the yellow, I thought, well, maybe I'll get the orange. And then I was a little on the fence. I hadn't made a decision until they came in. And for some reason, the orange just spoke to me, so I went with the orange. I think it's because I'm a Paul Gilbert fan, and I always kind of connect Paul Gilbert to this orange. I will say this, the orange on this guitar is better than the orange on the Ibanez Japanese-made RG550. When I say better, it's just crazy good. The yellows too, the colors on these guitars are legit. If you've seen the fluorescent guitars in the past where like there was a Korean and then Chinese made BC Rich gunslingers, or if you've seen what Dean has done, if you've seen what company's done, I'm not just saying this. This is the best color paint jobs I have ever seen. They couldn't have done them better if they did them in the 80s themselves. The quality is good, the coloring, it's just an amazing guitar. So let's talk about why I had to have one of these. And so you know, I have a nice collection of gear, but I do live like a normal person. I just can't freely buy like crazy. So stuff has to go sometimes for stuff to get in. I had to get rid of one of my American Strats to get this guitar, so that's what left. It's just what happens. When you see new amps and stuff, that's what happens too. I actually just got a new Fender Princeton amp, and my Basement 59 had to go to get that. So that's what happens. Okay, so let's talk about what's cool and new and unique. So what they did this year is they did a couple changes. First of all, they added the Spindle Truss Rod right there. What that means to you guys is you can make an adjustment with your stick. It's like a metal stick that comes with it. You stick it in there and you can make an adjustment on the fly. And because it's a single-ended truss rod, there's pretty much no guesswork. You just go towards your leg if you want to tighten the neck, and up towards your chin if you want to loosen the neck, and you can adjust this guitar on the fly. So it's a pro-level instrument set to ready to go. The necks are quarter sawn. They feel fantastic. They're a slimmer profile. Something to be aware of if you haven't, they make a hardtail version of this. The neck on that would be slightly rounder. It's not as thin as this. This neck definitely feels like the old Charvel necks. Not like the last couple years of Charvel necks where they felt like kind of like a Fender neck unfinished. These literally feel like Charvel necks. Best Charvel neck I have felt since I have been dealing with Charvel since 2007. So there you go. Fretwork is fantastic. Medium jumbo frets. Compound radius fretboard, so it starts out as a 12 and it gets flatter as it goes up, which is always a nice kind of feature. They put, you know, their little Charvel tuners. The tuners are probably irrelevant because, like any Floyd, you're going to lock it and forget it kind of thing. The Floyd says Floyd Rose, but I'm sure it's some kind of Korean or Chinese one, but so far legit in every way. JB pickups, you'll have to look on the specs. I have looked 5 times and forget every time. I thought it was JB in a 59. So I think that's what it is, the JB59. I know this sounds sick. So cool new features this year. They came with a great idea. They said, hey, look, a lot of guys are turned off, and gals are turned off about the fact there's no tone knob, and Charvel is kind of notorious for not having a tone knob. So they put their new technology, which they use from Fender, which is it's a true bypass switch. So the knob is a tone knob, but when you clicks forward, it's out of the circuit, so you don't have a tone knob anymore. And so they thought, okay, so if you want kind of like a hot strat kind of vibe, you have a tone control now. And if you want those single coil tones, it's right there with your coil split. So you do that, and you're just splitting the pickups, and you get your three-way switch, which is nice. My other understanding is that regardless of what the switch is doing, the humbucker, when you go to the middle, you get two single coils. See how the hum? So in the middle position, you get the two kind of spank sounds. If you go to the neck, you go back to humbucker and you get a clean kind of. I call that a la John Petrucci. Petrucci was the first guitar I've ever owned where, regardless of where the switch was, when you're in middle position, you're two single coils. So that's kind of a cool thing. Very cool. Alder bodies, legit. They come in a bunch of new fluorescent colors, but for those of you that are not crazy or trying to relive the 80-90 era, there is normal colors as well, including some cool surf pearls and stuff. These guitars are $800. They're made in Mexico. And they are fantastic. I can't give a bigger endorsement than my American Strat is gone for this guitar. So, I mean, I obviously had 3 American Strats, so I'm down to 2, and this Charvel, and really cool. And like I said, Mike Stander is getting his yellow one today, so I'm sure he'll be talking about it soon. So if you want another opinion of it, check that out as well. Tone-wise, sounds great. I will say this, the biggest issue for me was, compared to my Ibanez, this is a bigger sound. It's more full. Probably because the body's harder wood, the basswood changes maybe the way maybe the bridge sits in it or something. Definitely cool. Alright guys, so just to sum up real quick, definitely a cool guitar, like I said, and I definitely think you should check it out. Last thing to know is if you're interested in checking out the Know Your Gear Facebook page where I answer questions or put information aside from the videos, or if you have things you want to talk about, you can put them there and it's just easier for me to see that and interact with that way. Check that out, it's down below. Please subscribe if you like the videos. Please hit like if you like the videos so I know that we're going the right way. Please hit unlike if you don't like the videos so I go a different way. And as always, thank you for your time and know your gear. Last question is probably going to be, how about staying in tune with this tremolo? So let's give it a try. I have not tried this yet, so. Okay, ready? Yeah, it's staying in tune.